All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's Safeoclock Health and Safety Interactive Workshop. It's a pleasure to have us again after 1 week, and I'm so happy and so glad that we are still held and hearty, and we're able to join again today. So, as our culture has been, we'll start up with a brief presentation. After the presentation, we go deep into the discussion for the day. So today we are discussing eye and face protection. So during the course of the discussion, we'll have, in my presentation, I'll start with a brief description or definition of this topic. We'll look into benefit of eye and face protection. I'll also talk about some of the types and for types of eye and face protection. I'll also talk about the maintenance and care for this PPE. Then I'll conclude my presentation while we go into the discussions proper, where we'll share our experience and add our knowledge and help to improve ourselves. So without wasting much time, eye and face protection and refers to those PPE is part of the personal protective equipment that is provided or that is designed to shield the eyes and the face from hazards that can cause injury to them. So it's as simple as that. It's eye to protect the eye or to protect the entire face from any hazard that can cause injury to them, whether in the work or in the workplace. So the examples include safety glasses, goggles, face shield, wearing helmet. These are some of the examples of eye and face protection. So basically it protects us from impacts from flying objects or particles. It also protects us from chemical splashes when they are used with chemicals or with any hazardous substances. It also protects us from radiations, from exposure to UV radiations, infrared radiations, or other invisible light. It also protects us from other biological hazards like infections, pathogens, infectious materials. So these are some of the uh, ways in which the eye and face protection is important to us. So let's look at some of the benefits. Benefit of worker or for us using eye and face protection in the workplace. The first one is obvious, it prevents injury. Certainly, standard eye and face protections are produced in a way that it will be able to stand certain objects and certain issues or certain things that will cause injury to the eye or to the face. So by preventing the injury, it protects us from impacts. It protects us also from chemical splashing or any burns that can happen to the face. Another benefit is that it helps in health and safety compliance, regulatory standards, workplace standards, workplace policies. For us to comply to these things, that these regulations or these standards have stated that these certain PPEs must be used at certain places or at certain time. So use of this PPE, we are directly complying with these regulations. It protects also against radiations. So certain types of face protections and eye protections that are produced or designed in a way that it's able to protect us from UV and IR radiations. So like during wedding a face shield, this can help to protect the worker from these types of radiations. It also provides protection against laser. So there is certain types of safety glasses that is designed to protect penetration of laser beams. It protects also from biological hazards. Like we stated before, it can help in infection control by ensuring that everybody or anybody that is exposed to biological hazards are protected from uh, uh, being infected, or maybe this agent getting into the body system through the eyes. Okay, it enhances productivity. When the worker or when the employee is properly protected and is properly prevented from getting injured to the eyes or to the face, then he's comfortable and he can be able to do his job very well, knowing that he has a certain level of protection. So it will help to improve productivity in the workplace. So in long term, it will give good long health. Long term, it will protect the health because your vision will be preserved. There will be no damage to the vision. There will be no damage to the skin on the face because you are using this adequate protection. So this is some of the importance of using face and eye protection. So let's look at some of the standards for eye and face protection. The first one we'll look into is OSHA standards. So OSHA, in general industry, 29 CFR 1910 is majorly responsible for ensuring that personal protective equipment, especially eye and face protection, the guidelines for its use and for its requirement. So this is specified in 29 CFR. For construction industry, that is 29 CFR 1926. This is where it specified that it specified the criteria for use of eye and face protection. In maritime industry, this standard 29 CFR addresses eye and face protection in maritime settings. So for ANSI standards, we are looking at ANSI Z85 2010. This is for occupational and educational personal and eye and face protection devices. So the standards for face protection devices, occupational and educational personal eye and face protection devices, ANSI Z87I 2003. Okay, then for marking requirements, ANSI Z85 is the standard that is responsible for ensuring that every face and eye protection produced or designed by the manufacturer is properly marked and identified. Now, coming to UK, EN standard 166 is the European standard that covers all the requirements for protective eyewear. And this standard is used closely with EN 167 and EN 168. So EN 168 specifies the types of optical and non-optical test methods that are carried out on each of the eye protections manufactured or designed by the manufacturer. So another standard is EN ISO 16321. This standard is coming up newly. It was released in 2022. So this new standard is majorly responsible for ensuring that the eye protection equipment design are properly tested before release into the market. So this is an ISO standard that is covering eye protection equipment that are being manufactured and tested. So let's look at some of the types of eye and face protection. The first one is our safety glasses. So safety glasses are usually used as impact resistant lenses. It has impact resistant lenses which prevent any impact from getting to the eyes while eyes of the user. And it's used in a situation or an environment where we have flying debris, flying objects. So this is eye protection, eye safety glasses. Now, safety goggles is the type that has a protection enclosed area around it, providing proper seal and proper protection from anything getting into the eye from the side. And it's most suitably in an environment where there is dust, chemical splashes, or there is possibility of fumes getting into the eyes. The other type is face shield. Face shield is transparent and it covers the entire face and it gives protection against splashes, sprays, and flying particles. It's used in an environment where there is possibility of splashes getting to the face, where there is possibility of debris getting to the eyes or to the face. So that is face shield. It gives entire protection to the face. Another type of face protection is this wedding helmet. It has a protective lens that shields the eyes and the face from intense light and sparks. So it's majorly essentially used by welders during welding operations, and it protects them from UV and IR radiations. So the other type of face protection is full face respirators. These full face respirators combines protection of the eye and of the respiratory organs in one unit, and it's used in an environment where there is hazardous airborne particles that can get into the nostrils or into the eyes. Now we have another one known as the laser safety glasses. So this laser safety glasses is specialized eyewear, which is designed to protect against laser radiations. So it's used in an environment where there is use of laser beams that can get into the eyes, and majorly in the medical or industrial settings. So the other one is the prescription safety glasses. So this prescription safety glasses combines safety glass with prescription lenses. So this, in this case, that is designed and is made specifically for certain individuals that require additional prescription lenses in their safety glass. So let's look at the maintenance of this eye and face protection, because if it's not adequately maintained, it might not provide the required protection that it was made for. So the first thing that we can do is to ensure regular cleaning. Clean the safety glasses or the face protection device with soap and warm and water, or a recommended cleaning solution. Okay, avoid abrasive. While cleaning, do not bring in harsh chemicals. Do not scratch the surface during the cleaning of these protection devices. Use only soft clothes, dry and polish the lenses. Inspections. The eye and face protection should be regularly inspected. There should be checklists. There should be maintenance inspection records, so that it's ensured that the device or the equipment is properly maintained and is safe to use, especially those ones that are specifically for certain operations, like the weather face shield. It should be properly inspected and kept safe to use. Proper storage. This personal protective equipment should be properly stored, kept clean, stored in a dry place away from direct sunlight, and it should be properly kept in the boxes, the goggles, the glasses, the face shields. They should be kept in a place that they will not be damaged. They should be kept in a way that their damage is prevented. Avoid contamination like chemicals, keeping them in a chemical area. So this is the way they should be stored and should be taken care of. The other thing is handling. It should be handled with care. It should not be mishandled. The safety glasses should be removed with both hands, and instead of removing with one hand, that in the process it can break it or damage it. Maintenance schedule, we should keep proper record of the maintenance of this equipment. Another thing that is very important is training and awareness. The workers and those using this personal protective equipment should be properly trained. They should be informed of how to take care of this PPE. They should be informed of how to know when it's damaged, when it's faulty, how to use it best, how to store it. So adequate training, awareness will help to ensure that the best is gotten out of this face and eye protection. So, like we know in this our workshop, our aim is to ensure that we give everyone the opportunity to interact, give everyone the opportunity to communicate whatever knowledge, experience they have. So that is why we are not taking much time in the presentation. So we are giving the floor, we are leaving the floor open for everyone to contribute, share his experience, share his knowledge with us and with others. So thank you for the time for this brief presentation.
Yeah. Let me just share my screen a little bit so that I can see one or two things. If I can have access.
Yeah, I've given you access to share.
Okay, let's see. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it, yes.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, you're audible.
So what I'm trying to say is that most of the points you discussed so far is also what I have on my slide, as you can see. But then you discuss, you give a kind of brief definition as well, and with respect to the importance of eye and face protection. Then also we have the common eye and face hazard, which probably you would have mentioned. We'll talk about the flying debris, chemical, and also intense light. There we're talking about probably ultraviolet radiation. And also for the types, I think you also make emphasis on the different types and all that, and also brief explanation of that. Now, I think one area that I feel I should focus also is the proper selection and use of eye and face protection, because before we begin to talk about face protection, we need to understand the hazard within that work environment. Okay, so basically, whereby we carry out our hazard identification, probably maybe risk assessment and things like that, to be able to identify the specific activity, different industries with their specific probably requirement based on the standard that you've shared earlier. So because you cannot compare what we use in the construction as to what we use in a laboratory, in the schools, and probably in the clinical setting, and also industrial, maybe probably use of industrial chemicals and all that. So it is very important that the workplace is being assessed to be able to determine what kind of hazard, that can affect the eye. Then with that, we can be able to choose an appropriate protection for the face and eye. And also, one important thing, we should also ensure that it's not about just making this selection or providing this PPE, but then they must be fit for purpose, So because if it is not fit, if it does not fit the employee, definitely the comfortability will not be there, and the purpose in which such is being provided will not be achieved, because sometimes if they are uncomfortable with it, they will have to remove it. So at the end of the day, money will be wasted, and these workers might be exposed to such a hazard, And I think you also emphasize on regular inspection and cleaning of such, and also the maintenance culture. We need to try to implement a maintenance culture and regular inspection and storage cleaning, as you've said earlier. And also training, initial training is very important, because initial training, in the initial training, we need to introduce a kind of eye and face protection hazard, the types of protection, proper selection, use and maintenance, just like what we are projecting in this slide. Then at some point, maybe within the year, or maybe quarterly, or biannually like that, we do a kind of refresher training also, to be able to review the key concepts and update of new, probably equipment, regulation, changes, and do some kind of practical demonstration whereby workers also will have to ask questions. There'll be a kind of question and answer section. So in such situation, there will be a proper interaction, and there you'll be able to get a feedback and better understanding if the workers understand what they've learned before and what they have been putting in practice. So also, when you look at, there are some tax specific training which involves high risk activity or hazard, whereby then we need to emphasize on the importance of wearing such an appropriate PPE, because the truth is that when you are dealing with maybe some kind of harmful chemicals, and your face is being exposed, definitely, or you work in a place where they are doing demolition work, and you just open your eyes, you know what happens, construction debris and all those things can get in contact with the eye. So in such kind of activity, there are some specific tax training that need to be conducted in order to create a proper awareness to the workers, and so they get a better understanding, because education is very important. And in conclusion and takeaway, just like what we're trying to see in general, is that we need to prioritize safety, in respect to eye and face protection, which is fundamental part of safe work environment, by protecting the worker from potential hazard. And also we need to, in our respective organization, we need to champion investment in education, because when we have the proper training and all that, people will be aware of the risk, of the hazard or danger that is peculiar to their respective industry. So that knowledge will be very, very important and vital. And also the maintenance and the maintain and impact, regular maintenance, like I've said, is very important. And also we need to promote or foster a culture whereby safety is prioritized within the workplace, and they have a better workplace environment that will be free from injury, sickness, or illness. I think I would like to stop from here, so that others will have an opportunity to say one or two things. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stephen, for your wonderful contribution. So we will leave the floor open for others to contribute as well. So the floor is open for other contributions.
Hello, hello everyone.
Hello, we are with you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Mr. Jackson.
Thank you so much for a very brilliant presentation. And also, Stephen, thank you so much for your contribution. You both have basically said it all. The few contributions that I want to add to your excellent presentation is in the area of standard, which you talked about, but I know I want to mention one or two things about this, and also the quantity of stock on site. Now, from my field experience, when contractors are bidding for projects, especially subcontractors, they will bring the high quality standard, the most expensive category, which they know you will need for the project. And of course, which is in most cases specified in the project scope of work, the health and safety aspect of it. Oh, you will say, oh, this is very good. This is what we want. Then, as soon as you've given the data approval, when they go shopping, they will go and buy lesser quality. I give you an example. For instance, if the recommended type for the project costs an average of $20 to $25 a piece, subcontractor will go to the market and go and get the one of $7 or $10. What happened in most cases is that after that initial meeting where the approval was given, the opportunity is not there to have a look at what they are buying in a larger quantity. And so the next time you are going to see what they have actually procured, aside from the sample that was brought during the kickoff meeting, is this inferior quality which they have issued to their workers. Now, if this is not tracked and mitigated at the early stage of the project, what is going to happen is that most of this cheap quality that they issue to their workers easily get damaged on site. They suffer crashes that you cannot wipe off. So what happens in most cases is that when workers are working on site and they are wearing these safety glasses that are already blurred and scratched, most of them cannot see properly, especially those that are doing work like masonry or measuring. Because they cannot see through these scratch glasses clearly, what they do is that they will put the glasses in their pocket and begin to work without glasses. And this is one of the most challenging areas for health and safety professionals on site, especially construction site. So when you now go to site and say, oh, I cannot accept this, wear your safety glasses or you leave the site. He will bring the safety glasses and show it to you. Look at it. I have safety glasses, but I cannot see through it. You will now say, okay, stop. I must speak to your manager to issue you a new piece before you can continue working. So then this is where the question of storage comes in. When you speak to the manager, if they have enough stock spares on site, he will easily get one to replace the damaged or scratched one. But if there is none on site, then the question is going to be, okay, we will call our main office to sell some to site as soon as possible. Meanwhile, this employee within this period is not working. Why are you not working? Oh, I don't have safety glasses. Safety manager said I should not work. By the time you have one or two cases like this of persons sitting that are not working, and meanwhile, as they are not working, don't forget that that activity progress is being head up. Once it happens or once or twice like that, then you may be surprised your construction manager or project manager will walk up to your office and look at you directly in the eyes, which means you are holding back his job, you are delaying his project. So it is very, very important to make sure contractors, they supply the right quality to site and also have spares on site before the project kicks off. And even as the project is going, any damage or scratch up one is withdrawn from the person and a new one is issued. Then, also in the area of quantity, as a site health and safety responsible person, you need to ensure that you have spare quantities on site always, especially where you have VIP visitors coming to site. Most of these people, they are based in corporate head offices. They don't have safety glasses that they wear to site. It is when they are coming to site that they will quickly get one or two things in place. Okay, let us go to site. For instance, you have your corporate general manager coming to site to come and visit. As he arrives site, he's wearing the regular medicated glasses, already glasses, which is not a safety glass or safety glasses. So you walk up to him, oh, sorry, sir, you are not wearing a safety glasses. We don't allow the use of ladies on site. So he is going to ask you, okay, please, can you get me one? If you don't have one to bring at that time, it means you have not done your homework properly. In most cases, you will not wait until he asks for one. The moment he arrives like this, and you are probably after the initial welcome greeting with project management and everybody in the office, okay, let's go to site. Before he steps out of the office and go to site, you respectfully walk up to him. Sir, you need to wear these safety glasses. This is what we use on site. I will say, okay, thank you. So in some cases, such person may remove the reading glasses he's wearing and wear the safety glasses. Other times, he could just wear the safety glasses over the recommended glasses that he is wearing. But it is very, very important that you have some spare quantities on site, which you can easily issue to visitors. And sometimes they come in quite a large team. For instance, you have 10 visitors, both the top visitors and their aides that are coming with them. You'll be surprised that a coastal bus will be filled all with visitors and their support staff. And of all these people, maybe 5 or 6 of them are going to need safety glasses on site. So if you don't have enough to issue to them on site, the query is not going to be on them that arrive site. The query is going to be on you, the safety man in charge on site, because you have not done your homework properly. So these are the few points I wanted to add to what you two have spoken about. Once again, thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jackson. David, you were raising your hand before. Can you go ahead?
Before David comes up, let me just say one or two things based what Mr. Jackson have said. I think one other regulation I wanted us to add to it first is because in the UK we have the PPE at work regulation, which we have about, it was 2002, but then it was amended. It has an amended version for April 6, 2022, I guess. Yeah. There is an updated amendment of such a regulation within the UK presently, which give guidance to both the employers and the employee on their duties, responsibility, who is going to provide, how the workers are going to maintain this and all that. So we can also, if we have time, we can have a look at it to get a better understanding as well. And basically, based on some of your experience and some stuff you just said, Mr. Jackson, sometimes I think it boils down to some certain organization. Most of the time, where we are, the location and the industry also determines how these these things are being implemented. Like I keep saying it, and as I keep emphasizing it, When you go to a well-developed country where things are working, what we mean health and safety is really working, there is a procedure whereby you discover that the health and safety department is being carried along 100%. That even if what is written in the contract on the initial phase of the selection process, and at the end of the day, you supply things or PPE that are inferior or substandard to the required that was written in the document, definitely this cannot be accepted within such projects or such sites. So and generally all these things there should be a management commitment. When I mean management commitment is that when you speak as a safety manager, as a safety specialist within a project or within a site, with your expertise, with your knowledge, you cannot be saying something that is out of scope. When you say this is what we need to have, this is the standard, this and this, I think if there's a management commitment, they should be able to listen from the side of the health and safety, whereby whatever you say, they know that, okay, whatever this personnel is saying based on his own expertise, and they believe in him, because if they don't believe in your expertise in the first place, you wouldn't have been employed. So I believe it still boils down to management commitment. An organization where there's no commitment to health and safety, you begin to find all these flaws around. But any organization where you find that safety is of high esteem and things like that, the issue of having excess will not be an issue, because they should know that we should have spares in the store. So it will not be boiled down to the safety professional or the department. If there are no maintenance culture, then that one is not the problem of the safety department. So looking at all those things, there might be these challenges within the management side and all that. But from our experience as a professional, we just keep advocating for the best way the workplace should be safe, as we have always done so far. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stephen, for that insight. Thank you very much. We still have a few more minutes, so we can get more contributions. Okay, if there is no further contribution, I think we'll call it a day. I think the topic is a straightforward one, and from our presentation, we were able to cover all the angles of the topic. So there is no further contribution. It's not surprising also. David, we are not hearing you. You said you're saying something, but you're mute. We can't hear you. Guys, can you hear David?
From his screen, it shows that he's unmuted. He's unmuted, but maybe it's from his side.
Yes.
Maybe he has to log in and log out, and come in again.
Speaker or your microphone is not connected. David, try to connect your microphone. That's why we can't hear you. It came and went off again. Try it again.
I just dropped a chat for you. So,
okay. Okay, we used to prepare certificates also for CPD. In case you need it also, you can just chat me with your full name also, so that.
yeah, it's okay. I sure we need it.
So David, now you can unmute. Your microphone is there now. It has gone out again. I think it's from your device. Your device is having an issue. So David, now you are in a muted condition. Try to unmute so that you see it if it. That's the problem. When you try to unmute, the microphone will go off. No problem, you tried. So I believe before our next meeting, you would have resolved it. So thank you for your efforts. So guys, we'll call it a day. We reassemble next week, Thursday. Thank you all for coming. Yeah, thank you for coming. Sarat, thank you for coming. You came a bit late, so I think you will watch the video and catch up from where we stopped. See you guys next week.